Welcome back to Sports Dump, Lewis County's only sports podcast, sponsored by Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery, Global Septic, and AmeriCool Heating and Cooling. I'm Aaron Van Tile, joined tonight by Chronicle sports editor Alec Dietz and Chronicle sports reporter Josh Kirschenbaum. And we are recording kind of with very little preamble here because district baseball is upon us.
Almost.
Or is it?
No.
Oh, well,
kind of. It is close.
We're so excited.
It's on the horizon.
We were excited.
Yeah, you were like, baseball's here, finally. It's exactly what you said when I walked in.
Yeah.
The standings are sealed up, even if the season isn't over.
Yeah, everybody's got one league game left. Some are going on right now. PWV is playing Kalama in a game that just won't end.
That's not a league game.
No, that's I said all these
okay.
games
All
are
right.
non-league.
Okay, you're right. Here's how things have fallen. In the 2As, the Evergreen 2A Conference will send 4 teams. Oh, the district will send 4 teams onto state out of the District 4 tournament. When does it officially start?
Saturday.
It starts Saturday. Tumwater has repeated as league champs with an 11-1 league record. They've won 10 straight and have 2 starting pitchers with ERAs under 1. Pretty good. How many years in a row have they won league? Just 2, or is it more?
I don't know what happened during the COVID year.
I was going back through, not the archives, but like old searches. I think I saw that WF West won in like 2019. So yeah.
That sounds right.
2 or 3, depending on how you treat COVID.
All right. So WF West is second with 1 meaningless non-league game left. Who's that against?
River Ridge.
Okay. Rochester won 2 must-win games over Aberdeen on Monday and Tuesday. The first one got them into the playoffs. The second one let them avoid the pigtail with the number 3 seed. The Warriors lost in the pigtail last season. What place did they finish? They finished 3rd?
Yes.
Okay.
The 4 plays just like every other sport. The 4 plays the GSHL 5.
Okay. Shelton gets the last spot. So at this point, we can bid adieu to Aberdeen and Black Hills and Centralia?
Yep. Though they all still have games left.
So it's not over, but it's kind of over.
Yeah.
Centralia's got a doubleheader against Interlake tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Cool.
Interlake. Where's Interlake?
Bellevue.
Up north? Bellevue? Okay.
Between the lakes. In the lake, actually.
Don't they have a weird mascot?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of weird mascots up there.
It's like the...
Weird or just like unique.
Interlake.
The only one of those like 3As in that area I know is Lake Washington.
They're the Saints.
The Kangaroos.
Oh, they're the Saints. I thought there was... I'm thinking of something else that had a really weird mascot like a UFO or something.
That's awesome.
Maybe it was Invaders. Somebody was the Invaders at one point. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
I think it's SB Live's, the national SB Live site is doing like a March Madness style bracket where people can vote on the best high school in America. We don't really have any good
Best
ones.
mascots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orofino out of Idaho.
The only one in Washington I think I saw was Papermakers Camus.
The Sputters got a number 1 seed.
Oh.
What about the Kangaroos?
Yeah.
That's
Kings.
a good one.
The Kangs.
All right. The GSHL is still playing league games up until Friday, but right now, as it stands, Ridgefield is 1 at 12-2. Hudson's Bay is 2 at 11-3. Columbia River is 3 at 12-4. Mark Morris in 4th at 10-4, and Hawkinson in 5th at 8-6.
Seeing a lot of similarities to the 2Bs, where they really have 4 solid teams kind of all contesting with one another, and then one team in the middle, and then 4 teams that are multiple games under 500. So, yeah, they're still hashing out the order.
Is there any reason to believe we won't see Tumwater WF West in the district finals?
I know nothing about Ridgefield.
I don't know anything about the GSHL in general. I think Mark Morris beat Rochester in a non-league game at the beginning of the year.
Mark Morris has been solid.
But I don't know how much stock you want to take in that head-to-head. It might have been the season opener.
Yeah,
so.
River is sort of in the same spot as Tumwater. They had their ace is now pitching at UW, so they kind of had to replace him, but it seems like they're doing pretty well at it.
Okay.
So, I have no idea.
Ridgefield's got a ripping set of all-orange uniforms that are great.
Oh, that sounds awful.
They're great.
Are they like pinstriped with blue or something too? or just straight orange? They just look
can't
like Ricky
remember.
Fowler.
I can't remember. I think they might be pinstriped with blue.
I hated their basketball jerseys. I will say that. They were just awful to look at. That orange is just too much.
So district starts Saturday,
That's the pigtail. And then I think Monday is the first
Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
And then will they wrap up with a championship Friday?
So I think they do Tuesday first round, Wednesday. So the very next day is like the semifinals, and those are at the Rourke down in Ridgefield. And then I believe it's either Friday or Saturday for the championship and winner to state games.
Okay, I'll pull up the bracket real quick.
And
But
it's
I'm
like
pretty
everything
sure you're
else
right.
where instead of doing a third place game, they just do 2 winner to state games.
Yeah.
They get 4 bids.
Yeah, there's not like a third, fourth game. It's like once you get put in the loser's bracket, you either advance through it or you don't.
It's win 2.
Yeah, it looks
win
like-
2 games in the losers bracket.
So yeah, they're going Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's nice and clean.
Yeah.
Speaking of nice and clean, this podcast brought to you by Global Septic, providing septic service and sanitation for Thurston, Lewis, Mason, Cowlitz, and Grays Harbor counties.
Oh, there's going to be baseball games in all those counties.
There is, and Global Septic will be there.
Oh, yeah.
Take care of all your needs. Septic pumping, inspection and riser installation, commercial septic pumping, my favorite, grease trap services. They'll rent you a porta potty and a sink to go with it. You know, wash your hands. Smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Visit globalseptic.com. That's GEGOEBLSEPTIC.com. Did I spell that right? Maybe. Or give them a call at
You should.
360-736-2167. Global Septic, big fans. Moving on to the 1A Evergreen League. 3 teams out of the district tournament move on to state. Tenino and Montesano settled the league title on Tuesday. The Bulldogs earned their 7th straight league title. They split games, didn't they?
Yes.
Is Montesano bad for the sport?
I would say it's worse in softball than it is in baseball.
They're not going to win.
They're not
this year.
going to win in softball.
Did they not make districts this year?
Oh, they're going to make it. They're number 2, but they're not going to win.
They're not winning.
Hoquiam's number 1.
They're not winning.
Wow.
The league
And
title.
Eatonville won it last year. So,
All right.
man, your knowledge is just out of date.
Hey, Montesano's won like 10 titles in the last 15 years.
Well, not the last
They've
2.
won a lot.
Yeah. Not the last 2.
I haven't been paying attention, obviously. My 1A softball knowledge isn't that great. Anyway, Tenino lost the first baseball match against Montesano 1916 earlier this season, which looks like it should be a misprint, but it is not.
It is not.
They needed a sweep on the road Tuesday. They held on to an 8-4 win in the first game and led by 2 going into the 6th, but lost the second game 8-6. So your final standings, Montesano 1, Tenino 2, Elma 3, and either Hoquiam or Eatonville will be the 4th seed into the district tournament.
This is the beauty of the 1A Evergreen because there's only 5 teams. So both Hoquiam and Eatonville are 1-10, and they are playing each other Thursday, I think. And the winner goes to districts.
It's just beautiful. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Tenino's lost just 3 games, twice to Montesano and once to 2A Rochester. They're currently in the top 10 in the RPI, and they could be a top 10 seed with a strong district showing.
Yeah.
No clue what the Trico looks like.
Yeah, but I think like if you're Tenino, you're probably. I know they were a bit disappointed with how their non-league schedule turned out. I think they thought a lot of teams would be better than they turned out to be, but they have a pretty decent looking resume going into this thing. So if they can take care of business or make a district title run or something, they could. They could be. They could be a high seed, which I don't know when's the last time Tenino baseball was kind of in this position. Not too long ago, but
Not that they won a district championship when
2016.
Yeah, I think when Connor Hogue was there.
Yeah. So,
So
they-
yeah, they've been good.
so
They open up district play on May 8th. That's Monday.
Yep.
In Hoquiam against the Trico 3, and we're not sure who that is.
no.
Okay. Who's in the Trico these days? You got Castle Rock,
Castle
and
Rock.
The Christian schools I always confuse.
Seton Catholic and Kingsway.
Kingsway. Yeah, okay.
La Center's usually the big one down out of the Trico.
I think La Center is number 1. I think
And
that's what
Stevenson is back
Ryan
in the
Schlusser was
Trico, but
telling me.
I don't think they're good. But yeah, usually it's La Center.
It's probably a good bet that La Center is in there, the 2 Christian schools, and who was in there last year?
White Salmon is the other Trico school.
Yeah.
yeah, White Salmon.
Castle Rock usually backs its way in. They haven't been great at baseball the
Anyway,
past couple
so
years.
yeah.
All right. And then in the C2BL and District 4, this tournament will take 4 teams to state, and I'm looking at the bracket now, and we've got a whole round of those loser out pigtails on Saturday. And
Yeah, so they do the pods.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
I like the setup, yeah. If you're going to take that many teams, which it's arguable that they should.
Knock most of them out in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then make them play and make the winners play a doubleheader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tudor Lake finishes the season on a 17-game winning streak to win the league title again. Toledo finishes second. Adna tied with Napavine for third place, and you guys apparently know who gets the tiebreaker, but are sworn to secrecy, I believe.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
Who got it?
We're sworn to secrecy.
Come on, it's just not that many people listening. Come on, guys.
You'll know on Saturday. The right people listen, and that's the problem.
Calamus fifth.
They're the only people
sixth.
that listen, I think.
Yeah. Rainier is seventh, and they almost upset Napavine on Saturday, which I probably would have made that tiebreaker a moot point.
Yeah. Both those Rainier Napavine games, I think Rainier scored like 12 combined runs in the last 2 innings. And the first game, Napavine was up like 12-0, so it didn't matter. But the second game, they won 6-5, held on by the skin of their teeth there.
All right. Over in the Pacific, Ilwaco is the league champion, and Peel Valley is in second, so they will both host pods as well. So Toledo will host the Pacific 3 and Wahkiakum, and either Adna or Napavine will play Rainier and PL. The winner of that game will stay on to play Peel Valley. And then the other one of Adna or Napavine will face the Pacific number 5 in Ilwaco. Okay. Do we know who the Pacific 5 is?
No.
Acosta, maybe a Raven South Bend. Maybe
Sure, it could be. I think Forks
North
is the
Beach have
3.
baseball? They still around?
They
What?
do, but they're
does
not
have
good.
baseball, and it's bad.
Yeah.
I saw that PWB beat them 19-2, I think, which was in the last game.
Yeah, in 3 innings, and then they forfeited the second game.
Which was the first runs that North Beach had scored all season.
Sure.
Oh, all right. So probably not them.
Probably not them.
All
Chief
right.
Leshi's in there. Also not great.
Leshi. Okay. And then in the 1Bs, we've got some stuff going on as well. Mossrock won the league district, whatever, Coastal.
Super 4.
I don't know what the hell it
4
is.
league.
It's 4, and they're all in the same district too. So it's
What's the knockoff? What's the NIT knockoff of the Final Four? It's not the Fab Four. Is it the Fantastic Four?
I don't know. Something.
I just pulled up
All of the adjectives.
I just pulled up the bracket for the District 1/2/4
that's the glue
2B
game.
tournament, and yeah, this is just a glue game, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here.
We'll read through the notes.
Okay, so Mossrock is number 1. They'll play number 4 Oakville in one semifinal, and then you've got number 2 Nacelle and number 3 Lake Quinault in the other. The winners play for an automatic state berth, and the loser gets sent to the glue game, where
They get melted down.
it's just chopped up like a lame horse. And on May 13th, that's 10 days from now, in Lakewood High School, they will play. I don't really know. It's not. They're not even on here. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a mess. It's just it's a mess.
Tickets are available on WIA.com, I guess.
Wow.
Great.
I will say, Mossy Rock, when I went out there for the Nacelle game, we were talking about who listens to this. I was telling Alec this. As I was waiting to talk to Darren Kolb in the post game, I was just kind of hanging out on the side of the field for them to break their huddle. And a parent came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder and goes, "I listened to the Sports Dump. Which one are you?"
What'd you tell him?
I said, "I was Josh."
Oh, that was nice of you.
And he was like, Josh, cool. I like your stuff.
Oh, that was nice. Wait, positive.
And then he was like, "You're the one that makes all the right points, opposed to those other two scrubs."
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
fair. This podcast is brought to you by Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery. If studying brackets is giving you a bit of a headache and you need maybe a little nap right in the office, get a fainting couch or something over
I
at
can get a
Elam's Home
couch
Furnishings.
to sit all my new friends in Mossy Rock.
Yeah, exactly. You guys can all just take it out of their beautiful baseball facility, sit on down there. I'm looking at their living room selection now, and boy, some of these group seating situations, they're called sofas, love seats, sectionals, wedges, a sleeper sofa. That's what you guys need.
Yeah,
Nice little pull-out couch, just cart it out there with you. This one's already got sheets on it.
I could bring that out to Mossy Rock.
What a situation.
Watch the game from
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery at 1530 South Gold Street in Centralia. Stop in, check out the deals, or visit www.elamshf.com to, see pictures from the comfort of your own subpar furniture. We got some soccer news, too.
Yeah, their brackets are done, too.
2A Evco boys soccer. WF West finishes number 2. They will host RA Long in the first round of the district playoffs Saturday at noon. Aberdeen's 1, Tumwater's 3, Black Hills is 4. And as the 4 seed, they'll play a pigtail game against Woodland for the final district berth. Centralia finishes 5th, 1 game out of the pigtail. How many soccer teams go to state? 3? 4?
I think it's still 4, right?
Yeah, probably. I think so.
Every single other one of the sports, it's 4, so I can't imagine it would be different.
All right.
WF West made it last year. They were the 16 seed, and they had the privilege of playing Columbia River in the first
And it's going to go
round.
much the same way this year. Columbia River is undefeated. They've given up like 5 goals all season.
Yes.
They've got a kid who has
scored a million, probably.
Yeah, they've got a kid who has 106 career goals.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
1A Evergreen boys soccer. Tenino's playing against Forks tonight.
Yeah, this one's not settled yet.
Yeah, that's right.
With a win, they can make a district pigtail game, which will be played tomorrow.
Yeah, you were
Josh?
saying you like the 1As because they don't have any of those pesky pigtails. Well,
Guess what?
yeah, so Tenino has a game. This is not settled as much as when Dave Montgomery texted me this information. He was like, when we beat Forks, Forks is winless, so you feel pretty good if you're a Beaver, but nothing settled till
Are they playing in Tenino or
they
in
are
Forks?
playing on the blacktop.
Okay, well,
I
that's
will
good for
be
them.
getting in the car and driving out there as soon as we're
Driving
done here.
on the blacktop to the blacktop.
Exactly.
Great.
Stopping at the 50-yard line. Anyway, if they win, they will be in a tie with either Hoquiam or Raymond South Bend. So they will play the winner of that game in Montesano in a winner to district game tomorrow. And then they go with the crossover to the districts with the Trico. And I'm pretty sure that's the same format as all the other 1A districts, even though that there are more teams in soccer than other sports,
Okay.
because you throw the 2Bs into it, but I have no clue.
Yeah, I think it's just top 4 of each, and it's the same setup.
Because
And obviously, like
throw in
United is in the Trico. and-
Milwaukee and Forks and RSB.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah, soccer.
Yeah, so playoff soccer this weekend.
Great. Check it out. How do you guys feel about the weather outside? Pretty toasty?
It's pretty warm.
I like it.
It has
You
been
guys
nice.
Wish it was a little cooler in your homes, maybe?
I'm actually good right now. I don't think we need to do this one this time.
Well, our friends at Americool Heating and Cooling beg to differ. Your comfort is their business. If your hot is either too hot,
If your hot is too hot.
If your
Your
hot
hot is 2 house.
If your hot is too house, call Americool Heating and Air Conditioning. Emphasis on the air conditioning right now.
Is it not heating and cooling anymore?
It's heating and air conditioning. I think it always has been.
Those checks still clearing, I hope.
It's that meme with the astronaut, always has been.
Yeah.
They're right behind you as you speak.
Serving Western Washington, you can call them at 360-273-3300 for their 24/7 emergency service line, or you can visit west.americoolonline.com and click the bright yellow request an appointment box, which will, I assume, open up a whole new page that lets you request an appointment, and they'll come talk to you and be like, hey, buddy, are you too hot or too cold? And then you could, let them know what's going on. You can also visit their, shop at 21822 Old Highway 99
It's
Southwest
just a flawless ad
in
read.
Centralia. Your comfort is their business. One of our better ad reads. Do you guys want to talk about the softball going on tonight? Just briefly, what's happening?
Chaos is happening.
I saw Black Hills. Did they beat WF West?
They beat WF West. They almost run-ruled WF West. It was 7-0, and it was pretty dominant. Just kind of everything went right for them. And Mike Vesey, their coach, afterwards was saying, yeah, we've kind of just been waiting for a day for everything to come together and everybody to, play to their abilities and limit the mental mistakes. And they just hit and hit and hit some more. And I mean, their thing this whole season has been they have Zoe Theophilus.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Or Theophilus.
What a hell of a Greek name.
Very
Love
Greek
it.
name. She is committed to play softball at Central next year. She is one of the better players in the league, and it's kind of been she's had a lot of those, Shohei games where she'll like throw a 2-hitter and hit a home run and they'll lose 2-1. She got the support. I think they had 13 hits against Ella Young, and then they threw a swing player in there when it was like 7-0. So things went right for Black Hills, and they took that and lost to Aberdeen yesterday, I think, and are losing to Centralia right now. So
What is going on in the Evco? Why is it like this?
It's a good question.
it's a good question. So Black Hills, with that win, preserved its postseason hopes. If they do not score 5 runs in the next inning, then I think those postseason hopes are dead. Speaking of wild things in the Evco, Rochester is currently leading Tumwater 8-5.
Yeah, this Rochester team that has like struggled to score runs all year has 8 runs on Ella Ferguson through 5.
State champion Ella Ferguson.
Yeah.
Who is...
We don't know.
I have no idea what is happening here.
We can ask who the favorite is because, no idea.
Right.
WF West was like probably in the safest position to win league, and then they lost to Black Hills, who isn't going to make the postseason. And if Tumwater loses, WF West is miraculously back in the league title race.
It's that I just remember that day for UW football when UW lost to Cal to knock itself out of the Rose Bowl picture, and within 3 hours, like I think Oregon lost to winless Arizona or something like that. Like nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And I mean, a result like I know Alex sort of been beating the drum for Rochester a lot. Just like if they get hot, look what could happen.
Yeah. Obviously, Centralia is still in the mix.
Yeah, Centralia. I think Centralia and Rochester are currently they're both 4-4 in the 4th spot, behind Tumwater, WF West, and Aberdeen. So only one of those 2 teams is going to make it, unless Aberdeen just tanks, which probably isn't going to happen.
Oh, sure. Say something isn't going to happen in the Evco softball situation.
Well, if I just jinx them and both Rochester and Centralia get in, we won't have a problem with that.
I will say, too, Aberdeen has games against Centralia on Friday and then against WF West on Tuesday. So it's
Isn't it great when your league games actually count for the league standings and everybody plays each other and the games have consequences?
Yeah.
That is kind of nice.
So just some like massive games in that league. Pretty much every single one is important for every team.
There's no unimportant games.
So, because if it holds right now, Centralia and Rochester end their season playing against each other. That could be for the last district spot on Tuesday.
The only thing that this end of the Evco season is lacking is that WF West doesn't play Tumwater again.
Yeah, they already took care of all their games at the very beginning for some reason.
So it was to the point of when WF West lost, all Tumwater needed to do would see itself through because it was up by a half a game and would keep winning, but they're losing right now. So now it's just out of those 2, whoever finishes with the better record over these last 3 games.
How about the C2BL? Is anybody catching Adna?
No.
Okay. Who's number 2?
Rainier. And
Probably.
they're distancing themselves. I mean, we're running out of league games because half of their league games aren't league games, and they've beaten Toledo and they've beaten Napavine, and those are the next 2. So I think they're 5-1, and the next best team is 3-3. So
there's a team that's 5-2. Toledo, I think. They've already beaten Toledo, but I don't know. But no one's caught Adna. No one will catch Adna.
Okay.
PWV, I think, has been pretty solid. I think they're looking like they'll be either 1 or 2 in that Pacific League. Acosta's kind of the other team. They did split with them, so I think it kind of depends on how all the games shake out.
Toledo's 5-2. Adna's 6-0. Rainier's 5-1. Toledo's 5-2. And then there are 4 teams that are either 3-3 or 3-4.
Right. So, there's a lot of time left. I think Adna's playing Napavine tomorrow, so the little rivalry matchup there. I don't anticipate it being close. Sorry, Napavine.
Everyone's got 3 league games left.
Okay.
Except for Napavine, who has 4.
But wild that in this might be the only sport this year where the Evergreen Conference is much more interesting than the Central 2B.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, the Central 2B has much more parity, is much more interesting with the league race. Not the case with softball.
No, that's the wildest game. You guys should write like a district tournament preview. It's just like, here's why everything is weird and we have no idea what's going on.
We could write like a case for each team.
That would be
we
fun.
could be like, Rochester could win it, and this is how they could win it.
That would
be
Or
great. That'd be
WFS
very
could win it,
helpful.
this is how they could win it.
Yeah.
And Josh could do his parody wheel thing where everybody's beat everybody.
Yeah.
I already did that.
Yeah.
That already happened. Now there's just
There's
more
probably
ways.
several different
Yeah.
parody wheels that work.
Here's the parody wheel I wrote on April 10th.
We'd have to probably do some GSHL research. I think Ridgefield, I can pull up their game changer actually. We have access.
Oh,
No, we just like follow them because.
forked out that $4.99 a month for Game Changer access.
Oh, we got Chad to pay for that. Let's see. Ridgefield only has one loss, and it's
Who's it
to where are you? Where's your loss? To Skyview, which is a 4A team. Yeah, they've run through their league. It looks like they've beaten everyone by double digits except RA Long, who they only beat 7-0.
Our long's like 5-9.
But every other one looks like pretty much run rule.
They are currently playing Hawkinson, and they are up 2-0 in the 5th inning. I think.
Did I click the right thing? I did. You're looking at baseball.
Yes. Oh, were you not talking about baseball?
No.
Oh, sorry. RA Long softball is much better than RA Long baseball.
Yeah. So anyway, Ridgefield's probably, if you were to predict right now when that district tournament comes around, they'd probably be the favorite just because they beat the crap out of Tumwater earlier this season, 14-1, and they also beat Rochester 5-2, and they've run through their league unscathed. So just by resume, they're probably the team to beat. But other than that, it's wide open. And again, I would not be surprised.
It's a bunch of teams that on their good days could probably beat anybody, and on their bad days could lose to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Games to watch outside of postseason stuff.
It's
You
just
already
all the
mentioned these.
It's
all
just the
the
2A
softball.
Evco softball
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, WFS Rochester softball Friday, Aberdeen at Centralia softball Friday, and then Tuesday, Aberdeen at WF West and Centralia at Rochester. Anything could happen in any of these games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like legitimately, I think I've said this already, it's legitimately fun to go to any 2A Evco softball game between any of the teams. It's legitimately like the softball is good. Like not only is there a lot of parity, like there are legitimately just good teams that keep it mostly clean or they have a great pitcher or some great batters. It's legitimately fun to watch. And yeah, just about anyone could win on any given day.
Anything else you guys want to cover before we cut this one out?
I don't know.
All right, stay tuned for
yeah.
Alec or Josh's in-depth accounting of who could win the District 4 2A softball tournament.
It's Shelton.
Good night.
It's not.